Yes, the recording is in process. So about essay writing. Great, great. So today we are going to discuss how to get started with essay writing with your students, how to write a paragraph, how to write the introduction and body paragraphs, and then how to write conclusion. Definitely, after this part, we are going to talk about your research paper, which is your final assignment. What is a topic in writing? What's the main idea? This is the very first thing you discuss with your students. When they see the topic, mhm, number one is, or the first step is, your students focus on the topic and underline the main idea. Okay? So, what's the difference between topic and main idea? I mean, what's the difference between these two jargon? When I said it's topic, this is the main idea. So, what is the difference? Do you have any idea? If you don't have any ideas, you just type no. Okay, good, good. So the topic is the general subject of the title. Means they give you a title, mhm, then it's talking about, for example, it's talking about these days, children watch too much television. The effect is they get weaker in their education, or it has a bad impact on their education. This is the whole title. Mhm. So the topic is talking about the effect of TV on education for children. Yes, is that right? So the topic is the general subject of a paragraph. So this paragraph or this essay is about the effect of TV, watching TV for on children and in education and their education. But what about the main idea? What about the main idea? The main idea is how long they watch TV. Mhm. Not just watching TV has a bad effect. How long watching TV too much or for a long time. So you're going to discuss the effect on TV and also the time or how long children watch TV. That is the main idea of the title. Good? So the main idea is a complete sentence which comes at the beginning of each paragraph. Your essay has at least 4 paragraphs. What is the very first paragraph? What is the very first? Good evening, Glory. What is actually here is morning, but good evening to you. So guys, tell me, what is the very first paragraph of an essay? What do we call the very first paragraph of an essay? Introduction, bravo. Then you have at least 2 or maybe 3 paragraphs which call body. Mhm. And the last one is, the fourth or the fifth is conclusion. Bravo, conclusion. So the introduction is talking about the title. But each paragraph is around one main idea. okay, is around one main idea. So the main idea is a complete sentence which comes at the beginning of each paragraph. We call it topic sentence. And the other sentences support the main idea. And what's main idea refer to? In the title, the words that you need to discuss in your essay. Like how long and watching TV. The duration is important and also watching TV. On children's education. So in one paragraph, you say, number one, is it good to watch TV or not? Bad effect, good effect. In the second paragraph, you can discuss about the time. If they watch TV for a short time, it's fine. But if they watch it for a long time, it's not right. And then you discuss it, why, and you support it in the body. Here is another example. Mobile phone, advantages and disadvantages. So in your essay, you're going to write about mobile phone, the advantages of mobile phone, and the disadvantages. But before writing, so number one was studying the title. They have to study the title, to understand the topic, and underline the main words. The main words are the words that they are going to discuss in their essay. Good? Here, talking about mobile phone. I want to see your chat, but maybe you write something. So here, talking about mobile phone. You're going to discuss advantages and disadvantages. Before starting to write, ask your students to plan for their writing. How? Maybe they draw mind plan. So I'm going to discuss one paragraph advantages, one paragraph goes for disadvantages. For advantages, mobile phones are small, portable, you can send text messages, it's convenient, and it is cheaper than landlines. Not all of them actually, but here said it's cheaper. But mobile phones disadvantages. Some of them are very expensive, like in poor countries. Mobile phones are very expensive. And number two, it may cause cancer when they use them a lot. And it's addictive. Yeah. So they put some words, not sentences. They put some words while you are writing. You just look at them and you remember what to write. This is one way. This is one way of planning. You writing in mind map. This is the other one. Even you can draw a table. So advantages, disadvantages. I usually ask my students to draw two boxes in their main part, in the main part of their essay. So they have to write about two paragraphs. So what they're gonna include in the paragraphs, I said draw two box one, box two. Put the words to help them to remember. So number one was 2 to 3 minutes. Study the topic or to study the title, understand the topic, then underline the keywords. Number two, plan for the keywords. What are they going to write in their main body? What's next? Look here. Here's a sample of a paragraph. I want you for 1 minute, just read it. Read the paragraph yourself, please. When you're done, just type done, please. Just read it. When you finish reading it, type done. Okay, good. So what is the main idea? What is the main idea of between number 1, 2, 3? I underlined 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. Which one is the main idea of the paragraph? One, two, three. Bravo, Cindy. It's number one. Very good, Glory. So here said the family is one of the most important structures in society. Mhm. Where it comes in the paragraph? Where's the main idea in the paragraph? It usually comes at the beginning. Bravo. At the beginning of each paragraph. What about the other sentences that follows the topic sentence, the main idea? What do we call the other sentences? Bravo, supporting. So how do you support? Bravo, excellent, supporting statement. So how do you support? Sometimes you explain, and sometimes, what else? Three forms you usually support it. You give examples, bravo. And number three, you need to bring reasons. Yes, bravo. You need to bring reasons. So sometimes you explain what you mean by the topic sentence. Number two, yes, you can give your ideas. Number two, you give examples, make it more understandable, crystal clear. And number three, reasons. Mhm. Now look at the modal words, please. Look at the modal words. Are they definite modal words? Are they definite modal verbs? Definite like must, will, you must do this, you will, it will happen, or it's that the family, the children can learn how to get on with other people and how to behave. The family should also be stable until it provides love and support to children. So it's not very definite. Because you just, as you said, as your friend said, you just share your ideas. When you share your ideas, there's no definite modal verb. You don't use definite verbs like must, like should, like will. Here, should is, well, it's the same as giving advice. For example, your friend said, I have a very bad headache, and said, if I were you, I'll take take a nap, or you should take a nap. So it's just like suggestions, hmm giving advice like that. So here, there are some statements I want you to decide whether they're true or false. So you type it here. A paragraph should have more than one main idea. Is it true or false? A paragraph should have more than. Bravo, it's false. Each paragraph supports one main idea. So if you have three ideas about the topic, you need to write three paragraphs. Each paragraph, one main idea. This is what we are going to teach to our students how to write an essay. So they have to develop one idea in each paragraph. Number two, a paragraph should have more than one supporting idea. Bravo, that is true. So we said we can explain it, we can give examples, and we can bring up reasons. We just share our ideas. So it's more than one sentence, definitely. The first sentence of a paragraph should contain the main idea of the paragraph. Bravo. So the reader who reads the paragraph, when they read the first sentence, they can understand what's this essay about or what's this paragraph about. Sometimes you don't go through the whole, or you won't scan it, or you don't go through the whole text. You just read the first sentences and then say, oh, so this essay is about this, or this context is about that. The last sentence of a paragraph should contain the main idea of the paragraph. Is it true or false? Number 4. Yes, right, exactly. We just said the first. Yes, we just said the first. Okay. And you should mainly use definite modal verbs like will, must. We just discussed it. It is false. You should mainly use less definite modal verbs like can, might, could. Yes, should. This is the language. Good. Good job. Thank you. So here, guys, I want you to read this paragraph. Please read this paragraph and write the topic sentence. You have the supporting ideas, supporting statements. I want you to write the topic statement. When you're ready, please type it in the chat box. Okay, let's see what Blossom said. Siblings play an important role in the social development of the child. Bravo. Shafran says siblings can play a remarkable role in everyone's life. Excellent, excellent, very good, very good. Good job. That would be a good practice because he usually knows how to develop the topic sentence, but understanding the main idea of supporting sentences is also important to write the topic sentence. Okay. Another point, which is the third point about writing an essay. What is the language you usually use? It's formal. In academic writing, you use formal language. Compare these two. Not so many people went to watch footballs in January. Teams made less money. That was because of bad weather. Now listen to this. There was a significant drop in attendance at football matches in January as a consequence of poor weather conditions, leading to a decrease in revenue. So what difference do you notice? The first and the second, more formal words. So even in your research paper, this is the language, formal words. So how to practice with your students? It could be this way, that you give them some sentences which are true, but it's more spoken like. And then you, at first, just give them prompts to help them out. So you say, with these words, rewrite this sentence, but with the same meaning. A lot more people own computers now than 10 years ago. So how can you write it with ownership and decay? Can you rewrite this sentence with the same meaning, with ownership and decay? Any ideas? A lot more people own computers now than 10 years ago. Ownership of computers in the current times more common than it was a decade ago. Bravo! Excellent. Excellent. So that's a good practice. The best thing about solar power is that after you install it, you don't have to pay any bills. So rewrite this statement by advantage installation. The same meaning. How to write it? Try. The best thing about solar power is that after you install it, you don't have to pay any bills. You could write the main advantage of solar power installation is not paying any other bills. The advantage of solar power is the lack of bill payment after installation. Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, yeah, you can write it in different form. Yeah. Okay. So in this way, the advantage of solar power is the free installation. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing your ideas. So here is the layout. Introduction and then body paragraph. It could be 2 or 3. In each paragraph, we have one topic sentence, which shows the main idea of that paragraph. And then the other sentences are supporting statements, which supports the main idea, make it clearer and more understandable for the reader. So what about supporting sentences? It could be reasons, explanations, or example. At least two of them, explanation and example, or reason and example, or explanation and reason, and definitely you share your idea because it's your essay. Talking about the introduction, what is introduction? What does it include? What's it about, the introduction? Or what's the difference between introduction and main body paragraph? Okay. Definitions of what? No ideas? So, if you don't have any ideas, you just type no. What word in the title or topic of the essay? Maybe we can say it in another form. Introduction is paraphrasing of the title. So, what was number one? What was the first step? Your students study the title, understand the topic, and understand the main idea. It's much better. I always ask my students to underline the main words. Help them to understand better. Help my students to understand better. And number two, based on the main words, the topic, the meaning of the whole topic, and based on the main words, they plan. They can draw two boxes and write what are they going to write in main body or mind map. Number three, we discuss each paragraph as a topic sentence, one main idea, and then supporting sentences. Now we are ready to write. The very first paragraph is introduction. In introduction, actually we say, what is this essay is about? So they paraphrase, we need to paraphrase the title because we never copy anything. We cannot put exactly the same title in the introduction. Actually, we write it in a way that this is the way I understand the title. So you write it in your words, that we call it paraphrasing. And number two is thesis statements. By thesis statements, we mean that what is this essay about? What's happening in this essay? Okay? For example, you say that the whole essay, paraphrase, that the whole essay is about the effect of watching television on children's education. Then you say, in this essay, I will discuss positive and negative or advantages, usually we write. Advantages and disadvantages of watching television for a long time. So when the reader reads the introduction, they understand what is this essay about. That's usually what teachers do when they want to just check if your students did their activity or did their assignment on the right track. So they read the introduction and the topic sentence and say, okay, it's correct. Then later they go through it, scan it, and correct it and everything. Or this is a way you usually, when you want to choose which article is good for your work, so you don't have time to read the all articles. You just read the introduction and the topic sentences of each paragraph, so you can understand. You have a better understanding of what is this article about. Okay, so that's introduction, paraphrasing of title, and thesis statements. So thesis statement means what's happening in this essay. What's this essay about? Is that clear to everyone? Good. Okay. Another aspect, sure. Another aspect of teaching essay is using linking words. How to use linking words. The students needs to write complicated and complex, complete and complex sentences. So they have to use linkers and cohesive devices. How to use it? It's good to practice. Like in addition, firstly, secondly, lastly, whereas, although, consequently, on the other hand, to conclude, despite, however, finally, as a result, furthermore, next, moreover, in conclusion. We need to design different activities for linking words. How to add, how to write about sequencing of, for example, diagram, or events, and how can we say it's example, illustrating, or cause and effect, or comparing two things, or qualifying. Okay, like this is one aspect. On the other hand, from the another view, this is another point, or how to talk about contrasting or emphasizing. So it's good to give the students the list and make some exercises like fill in blanks or rewrite these sentences and use these linkers. In this way, they practice how to use different linkers in different contexts. So it's not only learning the form, also when to use it. So we are working on meaning. We are working on meaning and the form. How to use it, when to use it, and what it means, why to use that. Like here, the other practice could be they read the context and they underline or circle the cohesive devices or linkers, like also, for example, or here, however, firstly for sequencing. For instance, as a result, secondly, firstly, secondly, okay? So it's good to give first, from always, as we discussed it before, we always practice from easy to difficult. So they can see the real sample and underline to understand how to use these linkers. Then lately, you can give dead linkers and fill in the blanks. Just make it more challenging. You can give them the linkers and the idea so they have to write sentences. After that, write a paragraph. At last, write an essay. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult from the very beginning to write an essay. So why we use these cohesive devices or linkers? For coherence and cohesion. Do you know what's the difference between coherence and cohesion? What's the difference? Do you have any ideas? Okay. So here is the difference. Coherence is talking about the unity of the ideas. So when you read the context, you understand it because it starts from A and it's all connected, support each other, and gets to Z. So there's a unity of the idea through the context. And this way you can understand what's it talking about, what's it saying, what's trying to say. Cohesion is talking about the unity of a structure. Okay? The sentences are connected. They're not like leaves of a tree. Okay? They're not separated. So they are connected. That's why we use cohesive devices like firstly, secondly, however, in addition. So they are connected. So the first one is talking about the unity of the whole essay. So the paragraphs the paragraphs support each other. And the second, talking about in a paragraph, the sentences support each other. Good? So there are logical bridges between the sentences and the paragraphs. Is that clear now? So in this way, it's important that your students understand how to use cohesive devices. Now, let's discuss about what is the cohesion in writing. For example, I'll give you an example here. As we said, cohesion is achieved when sentences are connected. Coherence, when cohesion achieved when ideas are connected. So different paragraphs are connected. Like here, I guess I have an example here. Oh, maybe later. I'm sure I put in. Oh, it's not here. I'm sorry. Okay. So, um, in a paragraph, in a paragraph. Oh, I had a paragraph here. Guys, look here. Hmm. So look here. These days, more and more people are making the choice to go to university. What is the topic? Some people believe the aim of university education is to help graduates get better jobs. Others believe there are much wider benefits of university education for both individuals and society. What's it about? If you want to say it in 2 words, what's this title about? Read the title, the green part, and tell me what's it about. Bravo, the importance of university. On what? The importance of university in what? For the importance of the university for for career development. Very good. Very good. hmm So for the person and the society. What are the main words? What are the main words here? Underline the main words, okay? Mention the main words. One is university. University, what else? Benefits. Benefits. Jobs. Good, good, good. University. Jobs. Yes, benefits definitely. Individual, society, wider. Yes, it's more than that. Very good. Now, you want to write 2 paragraphs. So it's a time to plan. 2 boxes or a table or a mind map, whatever. So each box talks about one. One box is for what? One box is about 2 ideas, yes? One box is about, here you're comparing 2 ideas. Good. You can say benefits to individuals and benefits to society. Bravo, Glory. Any other ideas? One is about get better jobs and the other is what? For what? Other benefits. Oh, okay. Good. Good. Yeah, that's right too. That's right too. Other benefits. Now, let's read the introduction. These days, more and more people are making the choices to go to university, while some people are of the opinion that the only purpose of a university education is to improve job prospects. Others think that society and the individual benefits in much broader ways. What is this what is this introduction? Is it the same as the title? Is it the same as the title? Yeah, it's a paraphrase. The meaning is the same, but but the writer but the writer sets in his or her own idea. Mhm. How to paraphrase? Maybe you write the synonym of the words. Maybe you explaining in your own words, just using another words. Sometimes you change the grammar. If it is passive, you make it the active. It's active. The title is active form. You make it passive. Just not copy exactly the same title, not copy. So it just explain. So what's this title is about? Some people say purpose. Is it improving or better, having better job or career? The other said, so no, it has broader effects. Good. What it said, it is certainly true that one of the main aims of university is to secure a better job. What is this? What is this? Certainly true that one of the main aim of university is to secure a better job. What do we call this sentence? Main idea, topic sentence of a paragraph. One thing is missing in the introduction. What is missing in the introduction? Do you remember I said the introduction is about paraphrasing and bravo, thesis statement. Thesis statement means that what's this essay about? So it's much better you write in this essay, both views will be discussed. Mhm. Or in my idea, even you can share your idea, it depends. You can share. In my idea, uh, education has a broader effect in our life. Good job. So the main body, starts with a topic sentence that focuses on the job. Now let's look at the supporting. To begin, the majority of people want to improve their future career prospects. Attending university is one of the best ways to do this, as it increases your marketable skills and your attractiveness to potential employers. For example, so here to begin with, explain a little bit. Now gives an example. In Europe, further education is very expensive for many people, most would not consider it if it wouldn't provide them with a more secure future and a higher standard of living. Also, university have their reputation to consider. They definitely want to ensure that their students are going to get the best jobs, as this will affect future funding and university applications. So give a reason for that. Now look at the sentences, how they connect to begin. For example, also, what about the second? However, now look at between paragraphs. So paragraphs is also connected. When it said however, when you said however, it means you continue the idea or you are looking from the other aspect to this issue. When you say however, other aspects. Bravo, bravo. So the reader understand, oh, so now let's look at it from the other view. Another aspect of it. It just changed the idea. So the paragraph is also connected. It's not like the separated paragraphs. However, there are other benefits for individual and society. Now I want to give reasons. So I use sequencing words like firstly, the independent. Again, the sentences are connected. The independence of living away from home is a benefit because it helps the students develop better social skills and improve as a person. Many students, okay, in the last paragraph, I said, for example, now for illustration, I said, for instance, so it's good not to use repeated words. Will have to leave their families, live in halls of residence, and meet new friends. As a result, again connected, their maturity and confidence will grow, enabling them to live more fulfilling lives. Secondly, I was firstly, so definitely I need secondly. Secondly, society will gain from the contribution that the graduates can make to the economy. We are living in a very competitive world, so countries, especially developing countries, need educated people in order to complete and prosper. So what's the time now? I developed two ideas in two paragraphs. Now we get to, so you understand cohesion and coherence. Is that clear? Now you understand it? Cohesion, when sentences are connected, like firstly, secondly, for example. Coherence, paragraphs, one, and also however, or maybe you say in addition means I continue the same idea. Good job. Now, what's the time? So in introduction, I say what is this essay about? In two or three paragraphs, I explain and I share my idea, what I'm saying, okay, or what I'm writing. Now, it's a time for the last paragraph. What is the last paragraph? You want to recap and finish it. Oh, good. I'm happy. That's good. So guys, now we want to finish our essay. What do we call the last paragraph? Very good. Conclusion or summary. What happened in conclusion paragraph? Okay, the last paragraph. It restates the main ideas of the essay, but in new words. But in new words. So it's better you start the last paragraph with the words like, in conclusion, finally, to sum up, to summarize, overall, like this. So the reader understand, now it's the last part. Then you restate the main idea, not the whole title. Okay, the main idea, and then you share your own opinion and finish it. But in conclusions, the summary actually is referring to those two last main paragraphs. Okay? Nothing new is added. Nothing new is added. No new ideas. Because what you discuss in main paragraphs, it's just a summary. It's just a summary and restating of the main idea. That's it. So you want to finish it. Even when you have time, I mean, usually people, when they don't have time to go through all the lines, they read the introduction, they read the conclusion, and only the topic sentence, and they understand what's it about. What's it about? Okay? Back to what we were talking about, education. So it depends on your idea. If you believe the education has a wider aspect or wider impact in society, your idea paragraph comes before conclusion. Let me give you another example. Talking about the effect of watching television in children's education. If you agree with that, the paragraph which is talking about it has a bad effect, comes before conclusion. So in writing, you always say the other people's ideas in the first main body paragraph, and your own idea comes before conclusion. Good. What's happening in conclusion? You say, okay, the whole essay was about, the whole essay is about watching television. So you start, television has an important role, and watching television, we cannot stop children watching TV, but we can control the time. We can control the time under parents' observation. Children can watch selected programs to improve, even it has a positive impact on under education to improve some ideas. Like there are programs about math, about science. So under um, parents' observation, children can watch television in limited time. This is your idea. You just restate it in the conclusion part, and it's over. Is it clear now? Is it clear for everyone how to write the conclusion? Is conclusion long or short? How many sentences do you think? How many sentences usually the conclusion? Yeah, I mean, not exactly. Yes, 3 or 4, or maybe 5 sentences, not more than that. 3, 4, because you just want to recap. Okay, finish it. Mhm. Good. Here's an example. In conclusion, the government does need to be the leader in solving our environmental problems, but it needs the financial assistance and the effort of businesses and individuals to make any longer term effective change to the problems that exist. See? Just one long sentence. So, and it's much better to put it in 2 sentences. That's it. So it restates the writer's main idea, the role of government in solving environmental problems, and the writer's opinion. So it has, we need financial assistance and also individuals' help, which is discussed in the previous paragraphs. So it's usually 3 to 4 at most, not longer. Yes, not longer. 3 to 4 sentences. That's it. This is a very good book, Writing with Confidence. You can find lots of exercises how to practice with your students at the level. It starts from sentence writing at the level of sentence writing, lower levels to as different essay writing. So if you want to make worksheets, that's a good book to help. Writing with Confidence by Alan Mayers. Also, there are some sites. Okay, I will share with you the sites. Let me finish the research part. So far, everything's clear for essay writing, how to practice or how to teach essay writing to your student. Is that clear now? Then I want to talk about your research paper, which is your last assignment. Good. So you know how to practice it. No questions. Okay. What about your research paper? Okay. It should be around one topic. So you need to choose a title which is related to what you study, which is related to TESOL course that you study. The subject should be related. And it has different paragraphs, of course, because it's going to be 10 to 15 pages. Okay? So a primary discourse and a debate section about the central idea. So what is the idea? Look at it from different aspects, and you need to support it, bring up different examples. Even you can share your experience, which is fine. And then finally, conclusion and reference section. Reference section is very, very, very important. In bibliography, your or reference section, you need to mention the material, web links, any books or chapters. Even you have to mention the pages. Okay, for example, you refer to the book and then you say which pages. If you want to write exactly the same sentence, you have to put it into quotations. But if you just refer to that in your words, there's no quotations. Actually, you put the number, very small number on the top, at the sentence 1, 2, 3. And in bibliography part, you write, for example, one refers to which book, who's the writer, what pages, even which paragraph. It's good to mention paragraph too, but just referring to the pages is fine too. So reference section is very important in your paper. Papers without reference sections, no mark. Okay, let me hear. I will share the links. I will share the links with you guys. Okay, give me a minute. Let me share my. Good job. Let me share my links with you. So here said, sure. Here. Okay. So where's the chat box again? Here. It's good to see the samples. So we can find it here. Archive.org, copy. So here, see, they're all free. They're all free, but remember, the topic should be related to education and teaching. Okay? Education and teaching. It's about the subjects that you study in this course. So it could be in ESL, English, just teaching as a second language, or TESOL, or TEC, or TBE, IELTS, or teaching academic English, teaching foreign language. Okay, it's even about French. It's not all English. French, Spanish, Chinese, whatever, but just related to what you study. Okay, I think you can find ideas here as well. Archive.org. So this is one. What is next is, why this talk? No. Good job. Thank you very much. Here. Can you see it now, guys? Can you see the page? Can you see the window? Yeah. I share it with you guys. Can you say, oh, okay. Good, good, good. So what is next? That's the next one. Here, let me. It's gone. I don't know why it's stuck here. So that's it. So learning English. Here. Thank you. BBC, learning English. You can find good sources here. Here. Learning English. So for children, vocabulary, grammar, and there are many articles. So that's a good example too. Here for papers on case studies. can bring them when you refer to examples. Okay? So here you go to publication case studies or ELT research, ELT master dissertations, different topics. You can even use the topics, but share your own idea and experience. Here, there's another one. Sometimes let's talk about it. ELT research awards. Again, there are good examples here. And ETS research papers. So here you can find good examples too. That's your module. This is the last one. By the way, they sent me an email and said TEC webinar and today's webinar and the others webinar, they all will upload on Monday. So that's why you cannot, you don't have the access. They said they're working on it. They all upload on Monday. So that's all about your research paper. So you choose a topic related to what you study. It should be formal language. You know, now you know cohesive, what we mean by cohesive and cohesion. The introduction talks about the title and what is the aim of the topic and what's happening in this essay. Then you have your main paragraphs. You explain each part, you support your idea, bring up examples, you share your experience. You can even attach, if you have any, for example, data or table about it, you can attach it at the end and just mention it in the text. Mention it in the text, you mention the numbers, and they say they refer it. Also, the very last part, very last part, you need to mention the resources. Good. You have to mention the resources, the book. In the bibliography, you need to mention the writer and the book and the pages, even the year of the publication and the pages that you use. We never copy. Definitely, you don't copy or paste, but you can use the ideas. Even when you use the ideas, you refer it, as it said in that book. Then you refer it to in the resource part, you write which pages you get this idea. Okay, guys, now is the time to ask me your questions, if you have any questions about your assignments or final exam.